to our top story now, and Al-Shabaab's claimed responsibility for a deadly attack in Kenya. The Somali militant group's fighters stopped a bus traveling to Nairobi from the north of the country. They separated those they thought were non-Muslim and shot them at point-blank range. At least 28 people were killed. Please note, some of the following pictures are graphic in nature.
The attack took place in Mandera County near the Somalia border. The bus was traveling to Nairobi when it was stopped, and the images are horrifying. Witnesses say the gunmen made passengers read from the Quran. Those who couldn't were shot in the head at point-blank range.
We can confirm that the attack has resulted into the death of 28 persons who were involved in this particular attack.
Soon after, Al-Shabaab claimed responsibility. The Somali militant group says it was in retaliation to Kenya's armed operations in Somalia.
Because we are confirming from the manifest, from the past, that the number of people that were in that bus were about 60. And only a replica of what we have given, about 28 or 29 or so. Because we are yet to clear the scene to confirm the number of deaths and the number of those who are still alive.
Reports indicate that the attackers fled on foot across the border into Somalia. Kenyan authorities reportedly followed. The counter-attack targeted a camp and many militants were killed, according to the army. Celestine Caronay, CCTV.
Well, CCTV's Maria Galang is on her way to Mandera. I believe she's reached Wajir and she now joins us live. Maria, first off, we're getting reports that Kenyan authorities have responded with some force. What more can you tell us about the latest developments?
Hi, Famida. Yes, so after that attack, Kenya's Interior Ministry said that it had launched aerial surveillance in pursuit of these attackers. Later in the day, on their Twitter handle, they confirmed that indeed a camp that they believe is where the assailants were was attacked, bombed by Kenyan military jets and helicopters, and they say that they killed many of these militants.
Now, at this stage...
On the other hand, as we saw in that story, Famida, that Al-Shabaab's spokesman, Sheikh Rage, had also on a website affiliated to the militants, claimed responsibility for these attacks, saying that it was in retaliation for the ongoing raids in Mombasa on the mosques there. Now, you have to understand, Famida, that Mandera is a town that has received a lot of violence, a lot of insecurity from Al-Shabaab because of its proximity to Somalia, specifically a town on the Somali border, on the Somali side, called Khadija Haji. This is known to be a well-known hideout for Al-Shabaab. And so officials in Mandera have been claiming neglect by the Kenyan government in the past. So really this is a situation where the Kenyan government has a lot of pressure to deliver this time round. We also had a comment from Kenya's Deputy President William Ruto saying that these attackers will be found whether it be in Kenya or in Somalia. So we'll be looking to see within the next day or two what the Interior Ministry is going to tell us regarding the pursuit of these assailants.
Now, of course, Maria, Kenyans reacting with shock and even frustration around why this attack wasn't stopped. Have any more details emerged about just how the attack happened, and what more can you tell us around that incident earlier today?
As we saw in this story earlier, this bus was traveling from Mandera to Nairobi when 10 heavily armed gunmen, speaking Somali, hijacked the bus, and they were driving it towards Somalia when they got stuck in some heavy mud, and this is when they started separating the people, asking them to read out from the Quran. The Somalis from the non-Somalis, those who couldn't read from the Quran, were then shot dead in the head. Now, it's believed that a majority of the people that were on this bus were Kenyan government officials, policemen, health officials, teachers. So clearly this was a bus that was a big target for the militants.
All right, Maria, we're going to have to leave it there for the moment. Thanks very much for that update. Maria Galang there in Wajir.